I have a dream, people. I have a dream. And that is that this lake will be filled to the brim with algae, trees dotting along all the borders. Just an ecosystem of ecosystems. Tons of plant life. Just covering it completely. And that dream starts today. Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Planet Boobless, and we are here playing some more Planet Crafter, and I am here in the newly made insect facility that we made in the last episode. Look at these butterflies. These things are amazing. I think these look so cool. I love the dark black and blue ones with the black and pink ones mixed in together. I think that looks really cool. It's really captivating. I've been staring at them for way too long actually. But over here we got the gold ones that leave the golden trails behind them. I really like those too. That's so cool. Now the gold ones are the ones that just pump out a tremendous amount of insect power here, and then the black and blue ones are the other ones that pump out a whole lot too. The gold are the pink ones. They're the ones that we found in that mushroom cave, and they just look cool. I mean, they also pump out a lot of insect power, but they're the weakest link here. But that's okay because they look cool, so we'll let it pass. So what did I do in between this episode and last episode? I went ahead and I got these things put in place. I got another incubator put in place over here as well as set up all of these chests. So we got a bunch of common larvae, we got a bunch of uncommon larvae, and we got a bunch of rare larvae in here. So if I ever want to dabble with putting them in the incubators, I can certainly do that. We also have a few bees that we've collected. There's no silkworms. I actually did get 3 of them. I made another silk generator. That's coming soon. And then we also got a bunch of the butterfly larvae in here as well. So, and then I just kind of put some on display in here just because I think they look cool. They're flying around. But there's that. But then let's head back through the butterfly domes here and go take a peek over here because I did a little bit of extra stuff. We got a second silk generator going here. Okay, so silk is placed in there, and it actually doesn't really or actually I've been collecting this by hand. I was gonna say it doesn't really go anywhere because it gets taken out immediately. But this thing right here is our auto crafter. Now, in this area, you can see there's bees in the area too. So I have superfood being put into these chests. Now that's the only thing I have to do over here because I moved the beehives over here. I removed the old insect facility right there, and the beehives have been moved over here, as well as so has the outside farm. So as this grows beans, they just kind of sit in there until these guys produce honey. And when they produce honey, the auto crafter immediately takes them and makes superfood. And so you can see we actually got quite a bit of superfood here that I then take and put in the chest, and we've got that much superfood already naturally built or naturally grown and crafted here at this auto crafter on its own. However, I did notice one other thing. This thing right here, you can select what you wanted to make. This can make the same stuff that you can do at a biolab, which means I actually didn't really need to move the biolab over here. I just need to make one of these things. Like if I tell it to make fabric, I could just tell it to make fabric, and as long as it's got silk nearby to make it, it'll make it, which does absolutely reach the silk generators here, so it can do that. So I don't know, I think this is fascinating. Like I could just command it to make whatever I want right here, but for now we'll leave it on superfood. We also do have a bunch of fabric, at least one locker full, so we can get to work on doing a little bit of decorating. However, as I said in the intro, I have a dream, and I want to get, look at this, we've gone up 0.01% on our way to the fish stage, and that needs to get fixed, because these rookie numbers aren't doing it, except for pressure. Pressure, you're awesome. But we need to, I can probably do better even on pressure, but we need to get those numbers up higher, and that's going to start with plant life. Now, I've found that if I want to do some building, like put more of these algae generators, it's going to take some bioplastic nuggets, and bioplastic nuggets, They take some stuff. They take algae in them and on themselves. Plus, it takes water bottles. It takes a lot of stuff. So I have been collecting algae in between episodes, just trying to get a whole bunch of it. But I've been turning it into bioplastic nuggets almost right away because I want to make more algae spreaders today. I want to get as many of them as I can make, and I think I can make about 8 of them. And maybe as we start collecting more and more algae, we can start making more. So the idea is that it's going to be a cascading effect where eventually I'll be able to cover this entire lake with algae spreaders so that if I ever need algae, I can just jump on in and go grab some. So what does it take to make an algae spreader anyway? We need 2 bioplastic nuggets, 1 fertilizer, 1 bottle of water, 1 magnesium, 2 super alloy. Let me see how much I can squeeze into my inventory, because we actually got, in here I believe, we have a bunch of bioplastic nuggets. So if it takes 2 of these, how many can I make? Make 8 of them. Yep, I can make 8 of them, and I'll have 1 extra for a little bit later. And then fertilizer, I think I have 8 fertilizer. I do. I actually can put 2 of these back. And then what else do I need? What else is there? Magnesium and something? Super alloy, magnesium, water bottle. Got it. All right, let's go get the stuff. Okay, my inventory is just packed full of stuff. I only have enough on me to make 2 at the moment. Because I have too many bioplastic nuggets. But let's get some of these things put in place. See how much of this lake we can actually fill up. I want to kind of keep it close to the shore so that I can actually access it easily for these first couple. But I want to keep them spaced out enough so they produce... why? There we go. So they produce their own plants. So let's let those bad boys grow and see if we can't get some more... Actually, we can probably get some more planted here. We just need to go grab some of the other secondary ingredients here. Yeah, let's go get some more. Let's go get more. Actually, real quick, let's break these things down real fast because I forgot to check one very important stat. How much of a difference are we actually making on this planet? Let's go look at the numbers and see what the plants are currently at, because I believe that's what these things actually do for you, is they increase just their plant life. Yeah, plants and oxygen. Oh, okay, so they increase oxygen too. Okay, well, oxygen, we'll worry about oxygen later. Let's look at plants, though. So right now, the plants is at 13,000, almost 300. All right, so let's go place these again and see what it does. First 2 are back in place. Now let's grab ourselves another one here. Slap that bad boy down somewhere over here. And then let's grab another one and slap that bad boy down somewhere in the middle over here. Farther out maybe. Right there. And let's just keep this going. Alright, that should fill up this whole entire bay with algae, I'm thinking. So, what do we got in my inventory? Just a little bit left. Oh, actually I can put one more. Look at me go. Kind of lost count there. Alright, so let's put this one... I guess along the shoreline here, maybe a little bit. Right there. Alright, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Now, remember, we have tons of power, so we can fill this lake up easily because we have like 250 Tier 2 nuclear reactors. However, one thing that I'm going to have to get going here pretty soon is I'm going to have to get pulsar production up and running. Although I have the blueprint unlocked, I haven't actually taken the time to set up the quick and easy ways to go collect the resources for it. We do have a zeolite mine, we do have a uranium mine, we have all this stuff, and only some of them have teleporters to actually get to them. So I'm going to have to set that up in the future, but let's watch this stuff grow for a little bit. Okay, well, hopefully I grew a little bit. We're getting hit by meteors right now. It looks like these guys are the classic OG meteors. These are just the regular supplies. Wow, I haven't seen these since day 1 on this planet. That is crazy. Alright, I don't need anything you guys are dropping. Alright, well, asteroids are not falling. I don't really care. I can tank it. Maybe. Actually, I just realized my health is a little low, so maybe if I do get hit by one of these things, I might actually be in a little bit of trouble. But it looks like they're stopping. That one's been going really slow for an asteroid. But let's go ahead and hop on down here, because I added a couple of lake collectors here, because I need more water bottles as I'm doing this. So let's grab a bunch of these things, because everything I have in my inventory now is for making more bioplastic nuggets, okay? Making these lake collectors is going to be important, because we're going to need all of this grass or all this plant life and everything for, oops, it's really dark in here, for creating more tree spreaders and everything, and unlocking, if you look over here, the tier 5 tree spread or a heater. And also there's an insect rocket that unlock in the tier 5 drill. All these things need more biomass. Hence why I'm working on plants. And last episode I was working on insects. We're gonna jack these things up so that they can unlock the rest of this stuff. I never actually did do a butterfly display box. I should probably do that one of these days. Oh, and the reason why I'm focusing on algae spreaders first, not just going right to trees, is because the tree spreader tier 3 is the best I can do right now, and that takes bacteria samples. Now, bacteria samples take algae, okay, and lots of it, and water. Hence why I made the lake collectors, and why I'm making a buttload of algae spreaders, so that we can actually make these tree spreaders, no problem. But first, we gotta do this. Oh, it's so good. Alright, so what does that give us? That gives us 8 more additional bioplastic nuggets. Let's start, that's enough to make 4 more of these things. So let's, we got 2 fertilizer. We're gonna need to make more fertilizer. Let's grab the supplies. And you know what goes into fertilizer, don't you? That's right, algae. Algae goes into fertilizer. Fresh batch of supplies to make another algae spreader. It looks like we got an empty spot, like right in the middle there. So let's get on in here and Boop, put that in right there. And there's a little bit of emptiness over here. Maybe I should have moved these a little bit closer together, it looks like. I probably should have. Let's see if I can't squeeze these closer together. Let's grab some algae, and then we'll move this one. Alright, we got it. Come here. Oh, something dropped. Okay, I didn't actually grab everything. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, it's probably because of all the algae that I just collected. Let's get something put down, though, because I do have the supplies in my inventory to build a couple other ones, then we'll go diving and get what we just dropped. Looks like there's a little bit of super alloy dropped. Anything else? I don't think so. That might have just been it. Larva, you can't breathe underwater. What are you doing down here? Speaking of breathing underwater, this is a breathable atmosphere, but as far as I'm aware, water is not breathable. So why am I not losing oxygen? F8, bug report. Alright, so looks like the algae is growing just splendidly here in the water. Still got a lot of the lake to cover, though. This is going to take a lot more resources than I originally thought. But luckily, there's a whole lot of algae already growing, so it should speed things up a little bit. It's just really going to come down to water. Maybe I should make another lake water collector. So I think that water bottles are going to be the big limiting factor once the algae really gets spreading. Yeah, I only just started this endeavor, and my inventory is already completely full of algae. Looks like this is working pretty good. Okay, all right, so got a bunch of algae, got a bunch of water bottles now, but I am definitely going to need to make another lake water collector. We're going to need to make a bunch of bacteria samples here because we are also going to need to make some, these go over here. These, I'm also going to need to make some tree spreaders here to kind of fill along the side. Now this part right here, like if you just look at the lake from right here, this is starting to look like my dream. But but that's not exactly what I want though completely. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any room to plant trees over there on that edge because it looks like the rocks go right up to the edge. But anywhere there's like sand, I should be able to plant trees on. So I'm going to try to get trees spread all the way around there. I also have another issue, is that I don't really know if I have a whole lot of tree seeds. And so, I mean, aside from the two tree spreaders I have planted near the water over here, which I can probably take up and put somewhere else and put the tier 3 tree spreaders in there instead, I need to get more of these things placed. I mean, so let me see how many tree seeds do I have actually. I think I put them in the O2 boxes here. There's one here. That's it. I got one, people. What are we doing so far with the plants? Like, how have we done anything with this so far? We're at 16,000 some, so we put it, what, like a 1,700 more by planting all these algae spreaders? That's not bad, I mean, but that's not stupid levels yet, so we got a lot of work to do. So, one other issue is that these lake water collectors that I need to make also take bioplastic nuggets. So, I don't have a whole lot of mushrooms growing, but, I mean, I've started them recently, but because if you look at bioplastic nuggets, they take 2 mushrooms each, okay? Now, silicone and water bottles, I can get those, you know, whatever, but mushrooms, on the other hand, not so much. I got 4 of them going right now. Do I have any more in the seeds chest here? I probably do somewhere at one of the facilities, but I don't have them here. That's all I can do is do 4 of them right now. Alright, so I guess I just have to wait for some of them to grow. I do have a few in here, so I can make 2 more bioplastic nuggets. So maybe I can get 1 more water collector going. But by then they'll be full again, so yeah, I need to get more mushroom seeds. I've explored basically everywhere too, so I gotta go run around to all my bases and actually see any resources I've left there, if there are any mushroom seeds in any of them. That's gonna take a long time. So instead of doing that, why don't we focus on actually making a tree seed? Something that we can actually get a bunch of oxygen out of. So these are just purely oxygen multipliers though. Don't the tree spreaders boost plants too? Oh yeah, they do quite a bit. Okay, so, oh, and oxygen. Oh man, okay, we gotta like take note of what our oxygen level's at too. Oxygen is at 239,800. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. That's actually not that bad. So there's actually all these numbers are looking okay. It's just that they're nowhere near the 2.2 million that we have the pressure at. So we gotta, and the biomass especially is weak. But if these tree spreaders do increase plant life, that would be good. It would just also increase oxygen. I guess it's a double whammy. We're still at 0.03. Ugh. All right, so what goes into one of these things? Zeolite, 2 fertilize. These do not need to grow in water, I don't believe either. These have to actually, these can grow anywhere you want. But we're gonna plant them along the edge of the water anyway. But let's see, they take bacteria samples, super alloy, tree bark, tier 2 fertilizer, 2 of them, and then zeolite. We actually have all of that stuff, so let's go and get some of that ready, and then maybe we'll work on making a really good seed to go in there. Okay, so we have enough material in my inventory right now to make 4 of these bad boys. And I guess we'll start just on the other side of the butterfly exhibit and start working our way around. So let's just, actually, you know what? Let's go the distance. Let's go all the way over here. We'll go to the far end and start working our way back. That way we can start seeing our progress as we go. Now, it totally looks like this ridge has a top part of it. I wonder if I can cheese my way up there with the jetpack. If I clip through the rocks, is there any way that I can plant, can I even get up there? It's close. I'm close, but I wonder if there's any way that I can actually plant trees up there. I bet you there is some way I can get up there. Let me keep on hugging this wall. I suppose if I actually go down here where it's actually like narrower, maybe I can get up there a little bit easier. It looks like these all might be rocks though. Ooh, yeah, and I'm clipping through them here too. So I don't suppose I can build the tree spreader up here. No, I cannot. Okay, so these are all just solid rock. Apparently, newsflash people, if you're trying to get into like growing plants and stuff, starting your own garden, plants don't grow in solid rock. Good to know. But they do grow in dirt. Alright, so this is the little island looking thing over there. Is this what? This was like the first chest. I found this chest already. Did they reset after the update? I found this was like the first gold chest I found. Ooh, that means I got another golden seed out of it though. It looks like that. I wonder, because there's another gold chest on top of that ship crashed up there that I know I found. I'm tempted to go check. Yeah, let's go check real quick, see if it's actually up there. And the ruling is... no, it's not back. So why did that one reappear, but the other ones didn't? I'm so confused. Hello, uncommon larva. I'll take you. I could make you into a bee larva or a silkworm or something. But yeah, it usually is like right there, I thought. So I guess maybe the gold chest didn't respawn, so I have no idea why that one is still there down there. Watch me get back and to be gone. That'd be really unfortunate, because I could have gotten a free golden seed out of it. No, it's still there. Huh. Alright, well, let's take everything out of there. That's strange. I already collected that one before, so that's a little bizarre. It looks like a sandstorm's rolling in. Kind of screws with my visibility. It's hard for me to see my dream out here, but let's spread this out a little bit. And let's take one of these tree spreaders, tier 3. And oh boy, this actually does have quite a range on it. Hopefully it spreads trees all the way in this radius actually, it's not just like in select locations in this radius. But let's put it like right here. Now I do need to, this isn't really doing much of anything I don't think, except for, oh, it is actually adding to plants just by putting it here without having put anything in it. That's kind of nice. But let's spread a couple of these things out, and we'll get a bunch of trees growing over here on this little island area. Like right there will be another one. Alright, and then let's hop across the water here and over to this little coastline here. I'm going to try to get the entire coastline covered in trees in this episode if I can. Let's, right there. Alright, and then we got enough for one more even, so let's get this thing out and we'll figure out where to put this one. And we'll put it right here. Okay, we'll just keep spreading these things out as we go. But I need to make a lot more of these things. And I also need to go make some seeds for them. Probably should do that right about now. Okay, so we do have a tree seed in here. 125% oxygen multiplier, which is pretty nice. But there are better seeds that we can make. So, like, if you look at this right here, like, these guys right here do 400% oxygen multiplier. And they take those plant voltus things, which we do actually have. We have a few of them. But the problem is I don't know if those are renewable. I don't think they are. The rest of the resources are, I believe. But the voltus things are not. Because you can find them growing in the desert, and I've already circled the desert a few times looking for more, and I've only came up with one. So I don't really think that there are any more hidden in there. So, and actually none of these things that we're going to be using are renewable when you think about it. Like none of these seeds that we get at the end are renewable. So there is actually a limit to how many trees we can put down. But I don't want to use all the voltus plants. So I got to make sure that I don't use at least all, or use the last one, because I want to put that in like a flower spreader and just have it exist somewhere. So we have 4 right there, and we have none in there. We have none in there. So we only have 4, but I think we have one right here too. Yeah, okay, so we do have one right in there. Now it's kind of a waste putting it in here. I should put it in an actual flower spreader. But, I mean, these things do 500% oxygen multiplier. The golden flowers that we have out there right now do 600%, so they're actually better, so that's why I've been doing that. Ooh, mushrooms, need these. Gotta pick these whenever they're ready. But let's start off by, let's see, we have 4, so I guess we'll make that whole sector an area where there is just voltus, whatever these trees are that I make out of these voltus seeds. What are they called? Tree seed, Amora, something like that. We're gonna make a bunch of these things. We're gonna make 4 of them. We have at least 1 voltus plant still that we can plant in a flower spreader for looks later. And yeah, let's get the mutagen and tree bark and we'll get the show going. Okay, I think we got all the supplies. We got the tree bark, we got the mutagen, we got the Voltus plants. Why don't we get these puppies sequencing here? So we need tree bark, mutagen, and the Voltus plant. Research this and sequence it. Let's start getting one of these tree seeds. Feel the excitement. That took so long, I nearly died of dehydration while waiting for it. Alright, but we do have our tree seed, Mora, Mora? Could be how you say it, I'm not too sure. All I have to do is drink some water, and do that 3 more times. Yay. So while I'm waiting for these plants to finish doing their DNA sequencing, I headed back out here to this area because I passed by the ring kind of a crash site thing up there, and I collected what I could out of there because I remember I had some supplies there, but I found this. How did I not see this before? There's actually an iridium mine right here. How cool is that? I mean, I don't really need this, and it's kind of far away from my base, but if I were to actually have a base over here, like starting off, I could actually just like mine iridium out of here, and it's a lot more condensed and smaller, but there's a lot of rocks in the way. Looks like there's nothing else in here other than iridium. I was kind of hoping that maybe there might be a, I guess there's an uncommon larva, but I was hoping there might be a chest or something, but no, there's just iridium in there. Small little iridium cave here in the side of the canyon. Kind of cool. Doing a lap out here too because I have 3 of the 4 trees sequenced, and I managed to go grab all of this other stuff, including finding another one of these Orima plants, so that's kind of cool. But I'm going to finish my lap, head back, and the 4th tree seed should be done sequencing then. Alright, I made it back with quite a haul. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these beans completely out of here because I have that thing making superfood for me and I really don't need this. But what I really do need is mushrooms. And I did bring back 2 more mushroom seeds while doing that. I need eggplants and I need mushrooms. And that's the most important thing for right now anyway. And plus, like I said, with this outdoor farm going, I don't actually need these things producing any kind of food. Oh boy. I'm getting hit by super alloy meteors right now. I don't need any of those things. Alright, meteors have stopped crashing into me. Good. Alright, let's grab the tree seed here. That should give us all 4 of them. Now, what's my oxygen at here? Let's actually hop up here real quick into the office and take a look here. So plants is actually doing pretty good. It's at 43,200 some now. So oxygen though is at 20, it's just shy of 240,000. Dang, the oxygen is actually doing really good too. But we're going to increase that quite a bit here because we have these tree seeds to add here that do a pretty high multiplier. Look at all the algae. Look at all the algae. It's nuts. Let's get over here to these tree spreaders here, and we're going to insert the seeds into here and let these things pump out more oxygen and fill this entire shoreline with trees. All right, let's put that in there. Let them start growing. I have no idea how far out they're going to grow. I mean, I saw the circle when I placed these things, but I don't know exactly how they're going to grow. Like the other tree spreaders that are way over there, they had a circle around them too, but they only seem to grow in like patches around them. I wonder if these ones are just going to go nuts and just grow trees all over the place. I guess we'll find out. But what are they doing for oxygen when you put that in there? There's 50 ppt, which that's kind of high. I think it's ppq is like the stage below it. So that's like a lot of oxygen. I think it's pumping out. Hopefully. Does it do anything for the plants? So that it starts at what's the plant do? 680? No, it doesn't do anything additional for plants, but it does do something additional for oxygen, which is pretty cool. All right, let's go check oxygen again. See if these 4 tree spreaders actually did anything. And then I guess we got to make more, don't we? We have to make more of these things. Yeah, these rinky-dink little tree spreaders here on the surface here, they make these little mini trees, it looks like. And they also only put out 1.15 ppt. Remember, those ones over there put out 50 ppt. So almost 50 times more than what these things do, which is kind of nuts for oxygen. As far as plants go, it was like 680, I think it was. Is that those bigger ones pump out? This only produces 97. So these ones actually really aren't that good. I'm tempted to actually pull them up and get rid of them. But they do put a little bit of vegetation in the world, so we'll leave them for right now. But what did that do for our let's see, our plants didn't get affected. What did they do for our oxygen, though? So we are at... Oh. We're at 2.2 million. Okay, I guess the T is pretty big. So we're at 2.2 million after that. That's the same as the pressure. Holy cow. Okay, so did I not see that correctly? Editor Grimer, go back. Did I see the number correctly before? Oxygen is at 239,800. Yeah, okay, I did read that correctly. Holy cow. Okay, so it went from 240,000 to 2.2 million. Wow, those Voltus seeds really paid off. Okay, let's grab the mushrooms. Grab them. Grab the mushrooms. All right, so I need to make more of these tree spreaders for sure, because it turns out that I'm actually getting the oxygen production up to stupid level in this episode. Okay, so it turns out that to make these tree spreaders, I need tier 4 or tier 2 fertilizer, which I have a couple on me, but I'm all out now. That's all the stuff that I've been finding in chests, to be honest. I haven't actually really even made this stuff, but to make it, you need, check this out, algae, and you need fertilizer also. And guess what you need in fertilizer? That's right, algae. So guess why I put all that effort into making so much algae? The algae is used in basically everything. So by pumping out a whole bunch of algae, I can actually make these things very quickly. So let's see, I got 3 more of those things. I want to make, it takes 2 per. So let's grab this right here, and I want to make I can make 3 more tree spreaders, that means. So why don't we quick whip up all the fertilizer and all the ingredients, and then we'll go place those things and get the oxygen even higher than stupid level. It's going to beat pressure, people, and I didn't have to build a bazillion of them. Okay, with that, I think we have enough to make 3 more of these tier 3 tree spreaders. But that also does pose another problem for us, though, because we don't have the seeds for them. We have seeds for 1 of them. We have 1 seed up in the chest that I can use for that, but we need to make at least 2 more seeds to fill these things up with. And they're not going to be as strong as what these other 4 were, because we're not going to be using those Voltus flowers, because we don't have any more. But these things look like they're growing. Are they still growing, or are they fully grown? Oh no, they're still growing. Okay, so it looks like they do it in patches also, because like a whole bunch are growing over here. It looks like some of them are reaching over here, which is a pretty far range on these things. Maybe I didn't need to plant them so close together. I'll keep that in mind here as I plant one probably way over here. Let's get another one put down right here, and hopefully that reaches all the way over to this little peninsula here, and then we're going to space these things out a little bit. Hopefully we'll get the entire shoreline. There we go, last one's put in. Oh look, we're getting hit by super alloy again. I probably should get inside because I don't really want to get nailed by one of these things. My health is, I don't know, 60% or so. Might hurt if I get pummeled by rocks though. I guess, well, these rocks are raining down on me. Let's do a little bit of science. Okay, so we can do, let's see, what other ones do pretty good? Okay, so the flower that I just found out in that canyon right there is the Orma, and that's like the next best one that we can make. So why don't we go get 4 of those flowers, or 3 of those flowers, and make those. I mean, 2 I guess would work because we kind of have that 1 seed we got to put someplace, and eventually we'll get around to that. But let's go grab 3. We'll grab 3 of these flowers and make 3 of them. Delicate science in the middle of a meteor shower, no problem. Okay, meteors have stopped, which is good because now I can calmly and collectively click on things here inside the base. Let's grab some of the tree bark there, and I think we're going to start doing some sequencing. Now, this is going to take a while, so while these things are cooking up, I'm going to do a little bit of a lap and see if I can't find any more mushroom seeds. But let's put those in there. Research, what's that make? Right there, bam. Okay, so that's the thing we want. What is that called? It's tree seed humlora? Could be humlora. That might be it. All right, we're going to be making some of those things. Now, they're not going to be as powerful, because I just can't make any more of those things. Well, I can technically make 1 of them, but then I'm going to get rid of the last flower that I have of that, and I'm not really willing to part with it. So let's get these things crafting. I got to go take a lap and see if I can't find anything at any of the other bases that I might have left behind. You know, the nuclear base, I think, might actually have some supplies in it. It sure does. Let's get these oxygen-producing plants out of here, because I want them. It also has a ton of water, because I was having to make a lot of water just to make the nuclear reactors, so... You know, let's get these guys and bring them home too, because I can always turn them into something. I should probably put an auto crafter inside of the iridium mine just to make them right into iridium rods. Probably more useful to me anyway. Oh, plus there's all this pulsar. I got so much stuff here. You know, while I'm actually waiting for this, I am emptying out some of my farms that I got here, like the silk generator and stuff. And while that auto crafter is doing its thing over there, I'll just make the silk myself. I guess that biolab did come in kind of handy. I should get around to decorating. Maybe I'll do a little bit of decorating in between episodes here. Make this place look a little bit more homely. Because this kind of looks barren. A lot of empty space. Make a nice curved couch right there. A little table, a little effigy thing on it. Maybe a plant. I don't know. I'll figure out something. At long last, the seeds have been sequenced. I can actually go add them to these tree spreaders. Ooh, it's so exciting. So we're at 2.2 million now for oxygen. That's incredible. I was kind of thinking this would help out plants more than anything, but it looks like oxygen is going through the roof. Not like it matters. We already have plenty of oxygen here on the planet, but it will help towards the terraformation. And if we're going to get these levels to stupid, that's an important goal to do. So let's go ahead and put it now. If you notice, I actually have 4 of these things, as well as that one, the tree seed that we had just sitting in the chest. And that's because I was bored and waiting for these things to sequence, I collected enough resources to build 2 more tree spreaders. We're making it stupid, people. All right, let's go ahead and insert these seeds into all of these tree spreaders and then get the other 2 placed and put the seeds in there. And then I think that's going to spell mama. All the seeds have been placed in the ones that we currently have. It looks like there's going to be plenty of space over here, though, for me to place another one of these tree spreaders. So we're going to bring this back a little bit, put that back there, and then we're going to go ahead and insert the last of these tree seeds, Humlora, that we have into that right now. Now, those 4 are not going to pump out anywhere near as much oxygen as the first 4 that we put down, because they don't have the multiplier in them as high as what the first 4 did. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm not going to complain at all. They're going to pump out a lot, though. So maybe not a jump of 2.2, but a jump of something, that's for sure. Now, we still have another one that we can place. Let's go place it like up on this hill up here, actually. I think that might look kind of fun, kind of cool. We'll hide it a little bit back behind it here a little bit. Put it right there. And let's go ahead and put this tree seed in there. It's only 125% multiplier, but that's okay. It needs a home someplace. Actually, hold on one second. Do these things have a higher multiplier thing in them? 125. 125. No, they don't. Okay, we'll just leave those in there. I was going to take one out of there if that were the case, but it's not. Okay, so now we just have to wait for these trees to grow, and they'll be all fully grown and looking pretty. But the oxygen multiplier should be having an effect. Ooh, I saw it. Grab that guy. I'm going to be working on producing more larvae, bee larvae, and silkworm larvae in between episodes as well. So I'm kind of collecting those wherever I go. But let's go take a look at what our oxygen is doing now. It was 2.2 million. What is it now? 3.6. It's 3.6 million ppq per second. That's insane. Okay, so that's actually our highest stat now. So even though we placed how much power do we still have? We still have almost 60,000 kilowatts per hour, which is awesome. But we placed 231 tier 4 drills, and those are getting outdone by 9 tier 3 tree spreaders. But hey, that's what happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes the equipment is just better for the oxygen than it is for the pressure. But that's okay, because as we keep increasing this, remember, the end goal here is to unlock this bad boy, the super spider here, that's going to just create so much pressure, it's insane. Generates pressure by releasing gases trapped in the ground. This thing just is insane. It's tier 5. I've never even played with it because it's new stuff in the game. But to get that, we need to get the biomass to 29 KT, and right now it's at 1.9. So we have to increase this a lot. Hence why we're working on plants. We put down these tree spreaders. They boosted oxygen like crazy, but they did also boost plants a little bit. And then we're going to keep on pushing the plants with everything else that we got here. I have a lot of those oxygen plants up there that we can put down. But what actually produces the most plant power? I mean, the biodome produces quite a bit of plants, but I think that the flower spreaders produce a stupid amount of plants, to be honest. And we have a bunch of flowers that we can add. And the multiplier that we give to that doesn't actually increase it anymore. So, let's see, plants 95. Oh, actually, you know what? The outdoor farms produce more for plants too. So maybe we'll just get a massive farming operation going over there where we're making the superfood. I don't know. We'll also be putting down more beehives too. Those also affect the plants by quite a bit, actually. 350. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're increasing the farms next episode. We got to do some work on the plants. But I'm thinking I'm going to wrap this episode up here because my dream of filling this lake is coming along. I was hoping to do the whole thing this episode, but it turns out that resources are a little scarce. I say that, but I mean, in reality, I just didn't collect enough of it. The rest of this lake is going to have to remain untapped for now, but I will get around to actually filling it up. Look at the trees are growing in. The trees are growing in all around here. Look at this. This is crazy. All right. So, alright, you guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So, thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and your holes to this episode. If you did enjoy, please be sure to smash that like button before you go. Oh, we're getting trees by the base. Getting trees by the base. Oh, man, this thing has a wide range. Looks like a sandstorm's rolling in here, so I'm going to get inside. Oh, trees over here. Oh, I might have to move that one if it starts clipping through the walls, which it kind of looks like it's going to. I guess we'll see next episode. So, alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.